The Grind, a Minnesota sports podcast.
Welcome into The Grind, where it's been over 12,000 days since the Minnesota Twins and a Minnesota sports team, one of the four major sports teams, won a championship. On today's episode, was Justin Jefferson disrespected by scouts, executives, and coaches in the NFL after ranking him as the second best wide receiver in the NFL? Plus, a Minnesota Twins transaction could be coming soon, says MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred. Those are the topics for today. But first, I need to tell you about 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis, because they transformed our entire master bathroom in 48 hours. I'm talking about the whole enchilada. If you're looking at the before pictures on YouTube, we had blue floor, a blue step, an ugly shower, mold in the shower, a single sink, old countertops, vanity, and mirror. And in 48 hours, we had a new floor, a new shower, a new surround. The mold was gone. We went from a single to a double, a new vanity, countertops, and mirror. And we love it. Convenient, affordable, amazing. 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis transformed our bathroom in 48 hours. And that's their promise for you. Don't wait 8 weeks. Get your bathroom done soon. It's the worst idea to cram into your teeny tiny bathroom in the basement of your house. Call 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis and transform your bathroom today. All right. Justin Jefferson, ranked as the second best wide receiver in the NFL, according to executives, scouts, and coaches. Well, who did they place number one? No one else except for Jamar Chase, who led the league in receptions, touchdowns, and yards per game. He had what they call the Triple Crown in the NFL last year. And Justin Jefferson had a great season himself. 10 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, 103 receiving yards. And right now, it's a very special time of year because we're going through the top 100. We're going through the best players at each position. And this is what I like to call the offendable part of the year, because so many people get lost in these rankings and lists. And they get offended that Justin Jefferson was ranked as the second best wide receiver in the league. And last year, Justin Jefferson was the second best wide receiver in the league statistically. And the response, which is fair and unfair, is, well, Joe Burrow was throwing Jamar Chase the football versus Sam Darnold. And I hear that, I get that. But we don't take anything away from Jerry Rice because he had Joe Montana and the lefty throwing him the football. Why is the lefty excusing my brain? It's ridiculous. I can picture his face. He's an ESPN countdown analyst. Oh, I'm sure all you listening and watching are railing off his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Steve Young. I can picture his face. His face is right there. We don't hold anything against Jerry Rice for Joe Montana and Steve Young throwing him the football. So, statistically last year, Jamar Chase was better than Justin Jefferson. More receptions, touchdowns, yards. With that being said, there is no wide receiver in the league that I would rather have than Justin Jefferson. And let me explain why. Although statistically, Jamar Chase was the better wide receiver, throughout Justin Jefferson's 5-year career, he has been a distraction 0 times. Not once. Through contract extensions, through cryptic tweets, through post-game comments, there has not been a single situation where Justin Jefferson has created drama. It has been other people like Peter Florio creating drama that was never actually there. Justin Jefferson has not created a single ounce of drama, of crypticness. There's never been an ESPN First Take episode or a national television show responding to comments that Justin Jefferson made, or a cryptic tweet, or an issue with the contract extension. There were and was drama about a contract extension with Justin Jefferson getting done or not getting done, but it was never released anonymously to inside sources like Adam Schefter from Justin Jefferson's camp. He's never done that. And Jamar Chase has. So although statistically Jamar Chase was the better wide receiver, and I have no problem with him being number 1, statistics change year over year. This year, it could be Justin Jefferson being the best wide receiver in the league with receptions and touchdowns and yards. 2022, Jefferson had the most receptions and had the most yards. He only had 8 touchdowns. But receptions and yards, Jefferson led the league. And that's one of those things that changes year over year. So I don't get too stressed or too concerned that Jamar Chase led the league in receptions, touchdowns, and yards. The position of wide receiver is the most diva position in the league. Just look around the league. Deebo Samuel last year, Terry McLaurin this year, Juwan Jennings of the 49ers, wide receiver 3, is all of a sudden making noise. Jamar Chase was talked about for a long time before he got his contract extension because of his hold in / hold out, and is this going to get done, and blah, 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 blah. And Justin Jefferson plays the most dramatized position in the league, is the best wide receiver in the league, arguably, and has never created drama. He is, in my opinion, the best wide receiver that has ever played the game that hasn't brought any drama along with him yet. He's still only 26 years old. So there's time. But through his 5 years, through different quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold and Josh Dobbs and Jaron Hall and drafting J.J. McCarthy, Justin Jefferson has never said boo. And because of his head on the shoulders and his willingness to submit to whatever the Vikings organization and the direction they go, there's no receiver I would rather have in the league than Justin Jefferson. Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Terry McLaurin, divas everywhere. Drama, cryptic tweets, I want to be traded, I want this contract extension, I'm going to hold out. Even when Justin Jefferson could have held out, he didn't. Even when he could have released cryptic tweets or sent out anonymously that he wants to be traded or give me a contract extension. He never did. He waited patiently, signed that contract extension, and now he's locked up without a single ounce of drama. And I'm not disrespected, and Justin Jefferson shouldn't be disrespected by him being number 2 in the NFL from scouts, executives, and coaches. Who cares? Those things change year over year. But what is without question is that Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the league that does not carry drama with him every season. So it's really incredible. All right, next topic. Rob Manfred gives Minnesota Twins fans a glimmer of hope. But first, I need to tell you about Hochland Farms beef, because they have the best rotationally grazed 100% grass-fed beef there is. Contact Jared, 952-491-1541. And what's so amazing about this beef, it's about $4 a pound. Not just for the 1 pound beef, but for steaks and chuck roast. You go to the store and it's like $8, $9 a pound for a chuck roast or a steak at the store. It's expensive. It's $4.30 a pound, roughly, at Hochland Farms beef for all of it. For steaks, chuck roast, everything. Ribs. Contact Hochland Farms beef, 952-491-1541 for the best rotationally grazed 100% grass-fed beef. Don't question where your beef comes from. Contact Hochland Farms, 952-491-1541. Phil Miller, the Trib, said this on July 15th. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred says bidders to buy Twins backed off when it became evident Justin Ishbia was the leader in the clubhouse. But now that he's out, Manfred is confident that a transaction will take place, presumably soon. And this is not wrong. Of course, a transaction is going to take place. The Minnesota Twins are for sale, and there are billionaires that want to buy professional sports teams. So, Rob Manfred doesn't give me any more confidence than I already had that the Minnesota Twins are going to sell. They are for sale. And billionaires want a piece of professional sports teams. The Lakers just sold for $10 billion. Of course, the Twins aren't going to sell for that, but the Minnesota Timberwolves just sold officially for $1.5 billion. The Minnesota Twins are going to sell. It's just a matter of who and when. Because the poll ads want out, but they want the highest number they can get because they're, $450 million in debt? And the Minnesota Twins and the fan base is so upset with the owners that it takes a Nelly concert for them to show up. The poll ads have burned every bridge from the Minnesota Twins fan base. And the Minnesota Twins fan base cannot wait until they're gone. And these comments by Rob Manfred is confident that a transaction will take place. Of course a transaction will take place. I don't see why these comments by Rob Manfred is news whatsoever. Because it's like a garage sale. If you open up your doors for a garage sale, there will be transactions that take place. Maybe a 50-cent shirt here, $1 here, a $2 toy there, but a transaction will take place. And it's the same thing with the Minnesota Twins. They are for sale. They don't want to own the team anymore. They want out of debt. The Minnesota Twins fans want them gone. And there are billionaires that want to buy organizations. A transaction will take place. Of course it will. Thank you for making the most obvious statement in the world, Rob Manfred. The question that we all want answered is, who is going to step up to the plate and give the Minnesota Twins organization and fan base a boost in the right direction? Confidence that someone else stepping in can actually give the organization some allure and some attraction and some energy. Because for the last few years, the poll ads have created a dumpster fire. And they have lost the trust from the Minnesota Twins fan base that they are going to make the right decision and build a winning team. And that's why it has been one of the lowest attended seasons in Target Field history. So, when and who? That's the question that I want answered. Don't tell me that a transaction is going to take place. Of course a transaction is going to take place eventually. But who's in the running? Who's throwing their name out there? Because the latest I've seen is that there haven't been many reports that there are bidders. I think Alex Rodriguez was kind of like, he bought the Timberwolves, I buy the Twins too. Glenn Taylor's name was thrown out recently. But I have not seen many inside reports or speculation that there are a line of billionaires looking to buy the Minnesota Twins. But it will happen. But it will take time. So thank you for joining the show and watching. Remember, 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis for a 48-hour bathroom remodel, and Hoagland Farms Beef for the best 100% rotationally grazed beef, grass-fed. 952-491-1541. Contact Jared. Tell him Tim sent you from The Grind. Thank you for watching and making this podcast part of your day.